Mounta1nM1ck Super Late Night Live. Firing it up to play around a little bit more with the Rabbi's lock. Nothing promised. I played around with it a little bit earlier. Making a little progress at getting it open. Did not get it open, but if you've been picking a while, then you know what I'm talking about when I say that sometimes you can feel progress and other times you can tell that you're getting nowhere with the lock. Well, I'm happy to say that progress is what I'm feeling on this lock. So that is why we're going to take another crack at it here in just a moment. I wasted a bunch of time picking another lock or two and getting my juju all messed up. What's up, Chuck? Welcome. Yeah, I screwed my juju up on the last stream, messing with a couple locks that were low-level crap I'd already picked or played around with. Should have skipped over those, but by the time I got into picking by the time I got into picking the Rabbi's lock, this one, it's a Yale body that our good friend the RabbiPicker has turned into a challenge lock. Anywho, I was making progress picking around on it during my last session. So since nobody else is doing a super late night stream and all my picking buddies across the world are awake and playing around and hanging out, figured I would jump back in here and see if I had any better luck with this thing after a quick break. Um, Anywho, getting ready to get right down to it here in a second, Chuck, as soon as anybody else gets here. Right now it's just me and you. I'll start in just a second if nobody else shows up, Chuck. But I figured I'd at least give the rabbi and anybody else who was interested in round two a few minutes to filter their way in here. I'd hate to crack this thing in the first 2 minutes of being back and nobody see it but me and you, Chuck. Live-wise, anyway. So I'll give them a few more minutes before I start sticking picks in that thing, and then we'll go from there and see what happens. If you don't mind shooting the rabbi a text or a Discord, and yeah, that'll work too. Thank you for dropping via dog pack. That should get most of them back over here. Anyway, thank you, Chuck. You're my go-to guy. Yeah, I saw the pop up on my screen too. Thank you, Chuck. Just taking a little pause for the cause while people filter in. Here's my rabbi. Thank you, Chuck, for dog pack messaging all the fellas and letting them know that Mick's pause for the cause is nearly finished. And we're going to get back to trying to take a jab at our good buddy, the Rabbi Picker, his challenge lock Yale that he sent over. It looks like a pregnancy test. It really does, Chuck. Wait till you see the way it lights up on the bottom, too. Check it out. Ooh. It lights up just using it, and it lights up red when it starts to go when it starts to get low battery. So it actually probably works fairly similar electronically to a pregnancy test. Only this one delivers sweet cannabis flavored vape into my lungs as opposed to delivering 18 years of fun from my loins. At any rate, Chuck and Rabbi, thank you both for coming back to hang out. Let me go ahead and get the camera angled over here for you guys so you're not just staring at my wall. I certainly hope not, Chuck Soup, or it'll be the end of us as a species. Oh, Lord of mercy. They'll be having AI vibrators and female toys pretty soon, Chuck. We won't even be able to keep up. There'll be robot gigolos outrunning all of us. Yep, you heard me right. Robot gigolos. Ruin it for all of us. We're lucky we haven't already made it to that. Honestly. With everything we have invented and dabbled around with. I'm getting older, so I don't dabble around in the tool areas or the toy areas of any of the adult kind of places these days. But I recently had a pop-up ad on one of my phones while I was carousing the bootleg movies of the internet. There's just no other way for me to say it, guys. It was an advertisement for a pocket, you know what, like we all knew about. Some of us had, and some of us made, and anyway, they've existed for years, as some of us already know. Some of us will deny, and some of us will just go ahead and admit. At any rate, they are now AI powered, guys. You can hook it up and charge it up, turn it on, lube it up, slide or slip it on to your jewels or your member, and it will do all the work for you. It will simulate the big whoopee. That's crazy to me, guys. I was born in '86, and I gotta tell you, I'm not surprised that it exists because of the world we live in, but I don't know, guys. I just feel like a lot of energy was put into that could have went into, I don't even know, guys. But anyway, exactly, Chuck. Exactly. Putting AI near your junk is a bad idea. For some of us who are old enough to remember, Lawnmower Man, the movie, was one of the first movies that really started delving into what would happen when virtual reality and AI began to become good enough to do the kind of stuff we're actually dabbling with these days. And yeah, that's kind of one of the things that happened. For all you guys who are too young to remember, um, the artificial intelligence in Lawnmower Man was hijacked by a guy, Matrix style. And to put it simply, using the artificial intelligence and the virtual reality to trap and kill people from his disgruntled job writing code for a place like that. Well, anyway, to get to the point, one of the ways that he decided to kill one of the people in the movie was he waited until they decided to use it for pornography, and when they decided it was their turn to use the good old automated machine with their pornography, it basically would not turn off, and the computer girl overstimulated him to death. Anyway, no problem, Chuck Soup. I'm still getting my tools pulled, so just trying to straighten things up a little bit because everybody else in the house will be waking back up here in about the next 2 or 3 hours. So don't want to have a big lock lab in the living room. I'm sure some of you can relate to that. Alright guys, let me get that camera angle aimed for you guys. Stop talking about weird artificial intelligence problems that we don't currently deal with. Get on into trying another shot at my good buddy the RabbiPicker lock. Because I gotta tell you guys, from round one, I am impressed. I have already played around with a considerable amount of locks and a small handful of challenge locks in my career as a lock picker thus far. And I gotta say, I am very impressed with my buddy the RabbiPicker lock. So much so that I really am hoping that I can get it picked before too long. Not because I feel any certain type of way about it, but more so I can get it back out into the world to share with you guys. So somebody else can appreciate this awesome lock that he built. Because I'm telling you guys, um, even though I have yet to open it, of all the locks that I have here in my collection, it's still part of the honeymoon phase, but it's one of my favorites right now. So, here you go, honeymoon phase with the RabbiPicker lock. And I'm pretty excited about it, guys. I'm really enjoying it so far. So, that being said, let's get a couple picks out here. Let's aim all our buddies over here so you guys can see what's going on. And let's see if we can do anything about this Israeli Yale. That's what I'm calling it now. An Israeli Yale. I know that sounds weird to some of you if you don't know the story. So let me just remind all of you who don't know. It is a Yale on the outside, but on the inside, it's actually a challenge lock that was built and sent to me by my buddy, the RabbiPicker from Israel. So having crossed the globe for me to pick it and enjoy trying to get it open, here we are, guys. Me and you guys. And Rabbi is in the chat, which is why we're still only just now picking around on his lock, because as many of you know, Mounta1nM1ck is the type of guy that if you send him a lock, he's going to want to make sure you get to be part of the live audience for the picking, if that's what you so desire. And most people do. And why wouldn't they? So it's the least I can do when a gentleman or a lady puts together a lock specifically with Mounta1nM1ck in mind. And it's the least I can do to schedule with them picking it at a time that fits their schedule most. So, while I am on the East Coast, and it is 4 a.m. in the morning, as some of you know, the reason we're here at this hour is because it's easier for my buddy the Rabbi to see my live at this time of day. And I'm a late nighter and an international picker channel, so what do I care what time of day it is? Good morning, Sideways Lock Sport. How are you today, sir? Thanks for coming by for something live. This is live part number 2. I had one a couple of hours ago, fiddling around with this lock and a couple of others. And anywho, this is the RabbiPicker's lock, challenge lock that he has built specifically for Mounta1nM1ck to play with. Oof, there we go. Got that thing to crank down a little. Anyway, specifically for Mounta1nM1ck to play around with some. So, I'm trying to crank this thing to where you guys can see it. And have my tailpiece not wedged in there. And I'm going to sit over here where I can reach everything and see what I'm doing. But you guys hopefully will be able to see some of it. And we'll have a good time. Maybe I'll even get it open. I start picking and sawing, gone live. Well, excellent sideways. If I had my laptop right now, I would set up the good old live stream and invite you over to sit on the split screen with me, but unfortunately I do not currently have the bandwidth where I am to run a two-person show like I would if I had Wi-Fi. Now, if one of you folk out there are running your restream today and would like to invite me and or anyone else on, then fire it up and let's get it on. But otherwise, I'll just be sitting here on my own, playing around, and you guys can pick with me. I know sideways, I'm really working on it. I've got my laptop, and it's all ready to go, but I just got settled back in Florida, and at my mom's house, I thought there would be Wi-Fi because it's 2026, and who doesn't have Wi-Fi in their house at 2026 besides my dad? Well, the answer is my mom. So, I assure you all, I promise you right now, in front of God and everybody, that when Mounta1nM1ck and Miss Mounta1nM1ck move back into their own place, there will be internet all the time, not sometimes, at which point I will also hook my desk up with all of my stuff, and I will do you guys the favor of not only running my laptop to run the full Mounta1nM1ck show, guests and banners and graphics and all of that good stuff we got used to having, I will also be able to use my multiple phones as picture-in-picture cameras to give you better angles. And then I will very soon after go ahead and invest a little bit of money in a nice webcam. For basically for the same reason, but just to give you guys the best quality that I can and the most easy controllability for me. So me and Mr. Happy have already been picking out webcams to upgrade the overhead / over the right shoulder, basically the main picking view that you guys get to experience. I'm trying to improve. So basically, just for an example real quick, I'm wanting to get to where I have a picture for you guys that's easier, just this way, so you can see my hands, the lot, what's going on, etc. You just have to little drinks on mix show very soon, guys. Yes, as Chuck says, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Oh, you missed the beginning sideways? Let me catch you up with the easy part here. Cloudy nights, the smoke signals are hard to see out here, very much. We don't use pigeons because in Florida there are way too many pigeons, and they would just get lost and run into each other. And they would get distracted by all the crazy people. That's the one. Thank you, Chuck Soup. A challenge lock from the RabbiPicker. It does have the key. It does maybe even have a name on the tag for the key, but I have the key around here somewhere and have been avoiding it like the plague because that's just how I am about challenge locks, guys. As soon as I find the key, I put it with all the rest of them and don't look at it until I'm using it to gut the lock. So anyway, I'm gonna BS around much more, guys. I'm just nice. The little sparrow bones. They're both 40s for anybody who's curious about the bones. Um, they came in that one little Halloween set that I got from Sparrows, but I really like them because they're good long flat bars, even though they're both 40, and they have different tips. One's round and one is squared. Also, I didn't get to show you guys the other day. Hello, GT man. Thanks for coming, sir. I always appreciate having you here to have my back. But fear not, to make sure my mod guys are all taking care of me good. You guys rock, by the way. Thank you for always having my back on the Mounta1nM1ck channel. Um, you guys make it easier for me to focus on just doing my show. And you also do a great job dropping in the VIP links for everybody and whatnot. So I try to thank you guys as often as I get the chance. So again, thank you to GT Man and thank you to Chuck Soup for always being really great guys to back up my show. Also, my other mods, they're all great, but they're not all always here because, you know, life is life. I wanted to show you guys this because this happened to me the other day off camera, and I don't like to, I like to have full disclosure at all times about all tools from all places so everybody can draw their own conclusions. So anyway, that being said, this is one of my favorites. You guys all know it's one of my curved turners from Sparrows. As you guys may or may not know, I prefer using the flat ones as much as possible. No problem sideways, we'll still be here. I prefer the flat ones that come in the set. They're very similar to this flat bar here, only they're in all three sizes, the 32, the 40, and the 50. Which they're actually longer side because that's what you're supposed to use on a recessed lock like that. And I don't know, guys. I've been using it a lot. And Georgia Jim probably used it a decent amount before he sent it to me. I don't really know. All I do know for sure is I was doing the good old test crank that we do on an American 1100, where you give it a good one every picks just to make sure. Oh, I know. You're right about that, GQ man. They do. Just metal on metal. I've been a mechanic for years, guys, and even with oil and maintenance and all the proper care and perfect cutting and machining, metal on metal still is gonna wear, and eventually things that wear break. So that being said, pretty much every tool that you see sitting here as far as the hand tools go. You know, anything but the vise. And the vise has issues, but that's not what we're talking about here. All these picks will eventually bend and or break, guys. It's just bound to happen. It doesn't matter which one it is. You guys hear me rave about my Moki. Sorry, guys, I lost you for a minute there. All I was really trying to get across was I've got three of my favorite picks that I brag about all the time. We all know that they're good, strong, top S tier picks. All three of these, in my opinion. Well, the Greyhound might be an A tier to an S tier. That's still up for debate among a lot of people, but I would put it just behind these other two, and I mean just behind, guys. The Greyhounds are great. I'd rather use them than almost any other. I love my Greyhounds. I'm sorry, guys. I know it's getting pretty ridiculous with the signal. I'll try to find us a better spot here in a second. I don't know why the last time we had no issues, and this time it's a bit. I showed you my Greyhound had a little curve in it after all these pickings that I've used it. Now let me show you one of my Jimmy Long's 19s. It is a gem hook, and same kind of deal with it, if you can see it there. Anyway, I'm the only one here right now, but that's okay. If you guys see this in the future or run it back, you can see that there's just an ever so gradual curve in the very tip. No, it's like a Faraday cage here, guys. It's a 55 and up community, and I'm in the bottom of 3 floors between 5 or 6 apartments in both directions. So, this apartment isn't in much better of a situation than the holler that I was in Carolina, is what I'm trying to say. So I apologize for that. I told you guys I will get some Wi-Fi in the near future, or just do it at my sister's house. My little sister has Wi-Fi at her house, but she also has 2 or 3 kids running around, so it's like, which do I use? Crappy signal or a house full of kids jumping on me? Anyway, and here is one of my favorite Mokies that you guys know I like to use. And the day this first happened, I could have cried, but it's just part of the game, guys. There we go. It's in focus now, and as you can see, it's not bad or anything. Most people would never even notice or care, but it's something you notice yourself when they're your picks, I guess is what I'm saying. See that little bend when the light catches it just right up towards the top? See how the light is different at that one spot? There, you can see it good now. See how it's white on the tip but dark below that? That's because those surfaces aren't flat with each other anymore. You can even see the little grain in it when I turn it just right, see? Anyway, yeah, that's what happens, GT man. I don't know if I was on warding or if I was just holding my tension too tight at the time, but I do remember it happening. It was in one of the Yales, and I was down picking, which makes it a little bit more complicated for me feel wise. So anyway, that's how it came to be so. But instead of me BSing around and continuing to talk about that, let me get back to picking for you guys. Sorry for the delay. Wonder if that would help rotate the pins in this Medico. Good question, Chuck. Good question. I really couldn't tell you because, for one, I have never had a Medico at my disposal yet. I'm looking forward to trying one out sometime, but I have not tried one yet. So, experience-wise, I couldn't tell you much about that. And it'd be cool to try though. Oh, you have one loaned out to you? It's okay, Chuck. I don't want yours, brother. I was more thinking about along the lines of sending you the twisted pick and seeing if you could use it for that. Anyway, also, just a quick bit of news for everybody before I get into picking this thing. Sorry for the delays, guys. Yeah, tell him, Rabbi, we need a Mindy, me and you both, because I'm trying to purple belt, and you just happen to want one. So if anybody out there has got Mindys laying around, please let me and the Rabbi know about it. And Rabbi, if I end up getting one, I will send it over to you. I'm done with it, sir. You know how I roll. I'm not as interested in them anymore. So, buy a Mindy Pagoda, and it finishes to me by getting on camera. I will ship it over to you, brother. Actually, I might ship it to Mr. Happy and then have him ship it to you. I feel like he's got a pagoda, though. Do you know, Rabbi? Has our boy Mr. Happy got a pagoda? Looks change, personality stays about the same. Yeah, ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth, GK? Alright, fellas, let's do the old without further ado and get Mick some picks in his hands. Since I got the Rabbi and everybody all tuned in. Excuse me, gentlemen. Alrighty. Sorry, guys, I got the hiccups a little bit. Feel like I haven't got you guys close enough. Let's try and see if I can scoot you up just a little bit without dropping everything. Yeah? Okay. Let's see now. That's better. Now let's see. Wanted to try you. And you. And maybe even this ugly free Peterson pick. Never know. The device should have a good grip this time. Yes, it should, GK man. And I definitely won't get my tailpiece caught in it this way. I think this one's too wide. There we go. Alright, we're in there good. And I guess I'm going to start with this good old Free Peterson. Beloved throughout the community. That first one's weird. I can't wait to see what's in that thing when I get it apart. Something tricky about the front and the back though. Come on, you. That one just doesn't want to go. There it is. It's you, but what are you doing? Ah, sprung back. Some interesting springs you got in this thing, Rabbi, I can tell you that. Dun, 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 dun. Even the bottom of these pins feels weird, guys. Trying to keep my index finger from throwing too much tension on it. The longer I'm in one, the more I have to consciously remind myself to back off a little. Sure, I'm not the only one. Damn it. Drop something. You can hear the spring back too. You hear that, guys? Funky spring. trench. There's that one. Ah, come on, girl. Walk it around. Damn it, I dropped one. There's another one there. The tricky one, Rabbi, for sure. She likes to tease. Ah, click in the back. What's that about? That's a funky one, brother. It's like the pen feels sharpened like a pencil. Oh, come on, baby. Rabbi, Rabbi, Rabbi. Feel it. Lift, baby, lift. And I want it high. Hitting it with that government steel, boys. Damn it, come on, you. I think the front one's hanging up on me, guys. I have bent this Peterson all to hell, Rabbi. Your lock has destroyed my Peterson, Rabbi. It's a Peter eater. Ah, come on, you. Son of a bee. Sorry I'm not chatting with you guys. I'm kind of in the zone here. She's a mean one, fellas. Ay, ay, ay. Let's slow it down, Higgins. Let's slow it down. Getting thirsty. It's kind of lock that makes you thirsty right here. That's going soon, guys. Look at it. You see it? See how curved it is now? This was a straight pick when I started, guys. Oh, Rabbi. Damn it, I dropped one. Shite. About to lose my pick, but she's so close. Come on, girl. Just round that last corner. Trying to kinetic bump that one. She was bumping my Turner. Teasing me, man. This thing's evil, man. It's gotta be that fucking one in the front. So that one's good now. Let's slow it down just a minute. We gotta be close. Oh, come on, baby. Don't slip. Don't slip on me. We're so close. Can hear that spring trying to throw it back out, Rabbi. Oh, boy. Where is she? Where is she? That's the one. She got the roll forward. Take it slow, Craig. We're getting close, damn it. That's the fucking one in the front bumping her. Just make sure the others are good first. Lord Jesus, there it is. I got a shank now. Thanks, Rabbi. Now I've got a good decoder shank. Appreciate that, brother. Door and lock tips. Somebody tell Door and lock tips it's time to send Mounta1nM1ck a new freebie. Alright, so what do, guys? We grab another pick and we carry on. Yeah, I got it out of there, GK, man. I got it out of there, GK, don't worry. I've got extractors too if I was really jammed. But I'm trying to nudge it. I think it's that front one, but Rabbi's made me a pick eater here. I'm going to try and see if I can keep this bare bones in one piece, but it's probably going to try and eat it too. I told you, I'm good at, when I down pick Yales, my percentage of getting them open is good, but I sure eat picks. Down picking, I eat more picks. It's hard for me to be as subtle when there's no gravity bounce going on, like when you pick upward. I still like picking that way though. Just remarking. Come on, you. Damn it. I end up with 2 broken picks on you, Rabbi. This is why I took a break earlier, by the way. Because when you get this frustrated because you're this close, guys, you start doing dumb stuff. Pressing too hard, breaking picks, etc. That's when you want to take a break. If your hands are tired, take a break. If your patience is tired, take a break. Come on, baby. Damn it. It drops other ones, man. I can feel it wanting to sit, but then other ones behind them drop. She's a picky eater. Watch out, boy, she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. Fuck me. Switching picks. Alrighty. Going back to the number 5 Reaper, guys. I've been trying to keep myself on pretty tall, rounded picks for this lock, if anyone's curious. If anyone's curious, I've been going... Oh, shit. Tried to see what you guys were saying. I'm blaming this one on the Rabbi, though. I went to read his message and karate chopped my phone. Thanks, Rabbi. Tearing up all my stuff tonight, dude. Nah, I'm kidding, brother. You know I love you. Planning on making your next challenge lock out of a GGO? Okay. Yeah, exactly. It's that government steal. I told you guys it was fucking awesome, didn't I? They were so confident about that batch of government steal, they started giving it away for free. That alone is usually a red flag for most of us. Now what I'm going to do is proceed to take this number 5 round and finish this lock off. That's what's going to happen. See, 1, the problem is 1, if it is 1 that I'm thinking, is wedged under my turner just a wee bit. So what I'm going to do is check all the other ones first. And then I'm going to come back out here and move my turner and bump one. And then switch it back and go back down through if I have to. But I'm pretty sure I just set one because I got the forward spin on it. And I was on number one for sure. There it is. There it is, gentlemen. Told you I was going to finish it off. Now, never tell me that I can't tell when I'm getting close to opening one, guys, because I told you, you can tell when you're close that you're about to get it. And there it is. Rabbi, my friend, let me switch this thing around here and chat with you for a second. Make sure you guys get a nice close-up on that sucker. We are going to pull it apart with Rabbi's permission here shortly. I'm in no hurry to do it. But yeah, I think as long and hard as I struggled with it, both of these videos, most of you probably don't have a problem believing that it is the real setup that Mr. Rabbi stuck in there. Considering that it cost me a pick and a half to get it open. It took me 2 runs, about 3 hours, and a pick and a half lost. So there you go, guys. Mounta1nM1ck still currently undefeated versus challenge locks. I am going to gutter in just a sec, Rabbi, so these gentlemen can see all your fine work. Yeah, guys, persistence, practice and persistence. I love challenge locks. This has been my favorite one so far. I've enjoyed all of them, though. That's not to slight anybody else out there or their challenge locks that they've sent me. I've enjoyed each and every one of them. Even the ones that weren't necessarily that hard were still fun. And you never know if it's going to be hard for one person to the next, guys. Everybody's styles are different. Everybody has a different set of picks. Everybody's at a different level of experience. So you never know, what you're going to get. I know a lot of people have been having a hellacious time with their Elroy's Toys challenge locks. I opened mine in about 15 minutes during a live the other night. I'm going to get it back out and see how other people do on that one. But yeah, that doesn't, I just want to be clear when it comes to these things that it's just for fun, guys. Like, Elroy and the Rabbi and all these guys put time and effort and their heart into making these things so we can all enjoy them. And I enjoy them. Like, that's exactly why they exist, is so I can do what we all just did. You guys got to enjoy watching Mounta1nM1ck struggle his nuts off for a few hours. And that's fun too, right? Like, you guys enjoy watching Mounta1nM1ck struggle for a while, right? It's got to be cooler than just watching me pop the same master number 3, master number 5, Brinks brass, etc., every time you guys log in to say what's up. So I try to mix it up. And thanks to having some of the coolest friends in the world, literally the world, not just the country or the area. Thank you, Chuck. Yes, thank you for the reminder, Rabbi. We will absolutely shim up. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and take this time to, while I'm chit-chatting with you guys, let me clear this area a little bit so we have some room. Wow, guys, yet again, did not expect necessarily to get this one open tonight, but I'm happy that I did for a couple of reasons. For one, because my buddy Rabbi got to actually sit here and enjoy watching the entirety of me struggling and then finally opening his masterpiece here. And that's number one. I'm super stoked that he was able to be here, and I would have not been as happy about it without him here, by no means. So, thanks for being able to make it, Sir Rabbi. I appreciate you taking your time to hang in here and pick and chat and whatever it is you like to do while I'm picking. And thanks for hanging around long enough to see me succeed, sir. Some people, for whatever reason, don't hang around for the picking, and I don't understand that very much because I mean, lock sport is what we're all into. I like watching you guys pick when I have the time to check it out, and even more so, I like to pick with you guys on a shared channel because then I get to see you guys pick while I'm picking, and people still get to see me pick while it's all going on. So anyway, I just really dig that. And anyway, guys, I definitely put another little curve in this bare bones just now. Uh, Sent to me by our good picks. Shout outs to Snake. Love you, my guy. Snake sent me a care package with some goodies in it not too long back, and he sent me this bare bone. Uh, I would call it a medium, maybe. Probably a medium round. I don't think it's quite deep enough to be a deep. That depends on who you ask, I guess. Now that I've bent it back a little bit, it's closer to a low, but I do like the scales that they come on, or that he put on here, the red bone scale. I like it. Um, you put curves in your bare bones too, Elijah? Yeah, like I said, it's not the bare bones fault. Um, this is a 23 size, I think, for anybody curious. But yeah, I was torquing on it pretty hard, guys, when it comes to challenge locks, because of some of the really deep cuts that you guys put in these spools and things that we put in here. Mounta1nM1ck is a little bit more of a pick bully when it comes to challenge locks, if I'm honest. Um, what I like to do, for anybody curious about my success in the challenge lock world, uh, what I prefer most to do is start by finding a turner, obviously, like I always start picking, but start by finding a turner that hopefully is so snug that any movement whatsoever can be felt from the core itself all the way out through the entirety of the turner. That way you actually get feedback. It's a pretty simple concept. Anyway, once I find a turner that I like, most is already won. Um, Finding the right turner is the most important part, guys. You're not going to convince me any differently because 80% of my feedback and control while picking are the turner. I tell people I would rather have, just where'd it go? I would rather have all my turners, or at least my flat, curved, and my reapers. If I had my flat, curved, and my reapers, I'd rather have those and stuff like this. Guys, I would rather have my turners and have to use this for picks than to have all my Mokies and all my Jimmy Longs for picks, but be stuck using something like this for one turner. I don't care how good your picks are. what kind of feedback they're giving you. If you're stuck with a crappy turner, it's going to make it way tougher job for you to pick that lock. Way tougher. Promise you. Meanwhile, if you get a turner that you can feel literally every little breath out of the lock with that turner, you can pretty much pick it with anything that'll fit in there and touch the pins. That's really what I believe, guys. Like, for example, this new broke off flat piece right here. As long as you didn't encounter any super high lows and you use a turner that you can feel good, I'm going to show another quick for anybody who's newer to picking and does not know. Let me show you something. Okay, over here in my Sparrows case, way tucked over here in the spares, extractors, and other goodies, I've also down in there got all the little breaks, every little break off that I've had, which so far is 2 Southord City rakes and 1 Free Peterson hook number 4. Those are the only 3 things I've ever broke, guys, so far. As me and GK and everybody, Chuck, we're all discussing earlier, they're all going to break eventually. So just get over that. It's metal tools, guys. They will all break eventually. Now, that being said, you do want to buy something that has the best chance of lasting as long as possible. And that being said, from my own personal experience that I am showing you right now, this is the pick that I've used the very most in my entire life. I have beat the living crap out of this pick, and I almost thought I was going to break it for the first time just the other day. I have had it since I began picking. It's the one I learned picking with, even when I was still, you know, probably pressing too hard and all of that. Anyway, it is my, of course, original Sparrows. Just standard flat, low hook. But you see that curve in it, guys? That probably wasn't there to start with. Still mostly flat across the top part. So some of that hump in there actually is part of the design, but it does have a little bit of a bow in it from pressing upward really hard while still learning the old jiggle test and learning to let off of my turner a little more, so I'm not fighting myself. The harder you press your turner, guys, the more you got to press up on this. So don't fight yourself too much, but if it's enough to turn the core, that's all you need. Just enough to turn the core. And if you know what you turn with the key, that should be enough, man. Like, people use too much pressure. And we all know that, but really, do you realize how much you need? Like, it is next to nothing that you need to turn these, guys. Remember, my sunglasses were lurching it forward every time we hit the right spot. I mean, look at it. I can grab the back of the plug and just turn up my fingers. I mean, it's really feathered. But anyway, sorry guys. You guys know Mounta1nM1ck gets on tangents and gets a little distracted. Sorry about that. Also, I don't know if it had any bearing on the situation tonight whatsoever, but the 2 or 3 times I did open something successfully tonight was with my oldest kit stuff. And I don't know if I mentioned it yet in this video, but I did mention it in the last video. Something I did just the other day while I was sitting here bored. While I was at the same site that I found those two locks at, I also found some sandpaper. So I gave the edges, just the edges, not the whole picks. I gave just the edges of just my sparrows and my reaper a quick buffing to make them just a little more sleek while they're in the keyhole. And this is the first time I've really used them since, but not enough time spent with them yet to really uh, tell you guys if I have any difference going on there that I notice or that I prefer or don't prefer. Like I said, I haven't really had enough time to see if I can even tell I did it. But I didn't go hard on them, and I wouldn't recommend going hard on them. I actually chit-chatted a little bit earlier with Picksmith right before I went live, and Picksmith gave me a few pointers on such a thing, because obviously he's a Picksmith. So anyway, Picksmith told me that basically I probably shouldn't be using but one of these kinds that I have at all when it comes to the metal itself, because I've got 80, 150, and 240. So for anybody who knows anything about sandpaper, I'll give you the quick catch up for anybody who doesn't. The smaller the number, the more coarse the sandpaper, which means basically when you're sanding something, if it's coarse, it'll take more off faster, and it will also leave it feeling coarse afterward and not smooth because of the fact you're knocking so much off at once. So the method of choice typically is to go from low number to high number as you go. So you start with 80, finish with whatever you're doing there, bam, swap it out for a 150, do it all again, bam, swap it out for the 240, do it all one last time, bam. But yeah, your knowledge of sandpaper is pretty rough, GQ man, I hear that. Put curves in your bare bone. Okay. So yeah, guys, Pigsmith said that he didn't recommend using anything but the 240 or something even finer than that. Those numbers go up really high on sandpaper, guys. Like I said, those are some really coarse ones that are probably more made for wood or something in the package that they were originally sold in. As you can see, they are made for like a sheet, like a handheld sander kind of thing. So anyway, that being the case, this is more for wood or metal sanding. It says aluminum oxide. Anyway, that being the case, it does suit the purpose that I'm using it for, but as I said, I may have a little bit too gritty on my smallest. GQ Man says he uses 600 to 1,000 black emery type and paper. Good to know, GQ Man. I haven't tried using that before, but I know what you're talking about, and I will have to give that a try sometime, sir. I've got a little bit more room in my EDC case now because I do not have a blue free Peterson anymore. Wah, wah, wah. No regrets. That Peterson did its job, though, guys. It did actually sacrificially help me stumble my way through the Rabbi's lock. The reason I was successful with the one that I actually opened it with, the number 5, and was making a little progress but wanting something else with this, is because, for one, I knew I needed something really tall to get up in there for whatever reason. We'll see here in a second when I open. But I knew it needed something tall, guys. Had to be. And it's paracentric as crap. So I didn't have but two options, basically. The good old go off the middle of the warding with a really short pick hook, or go from the very bottom with something really tall, which is what I opted to do. Now, when you do that, naturally you are prone to bending and breaking some stuff if you force the issue, and that's what happened. But that's okay, because that's the approach that I was going for, and yet again, that's what we're really trying to show here, is that the tools are for opening the locks, guys. Don't be too, in love with the tools that you're afraid to use them. Get down in there and open some locks. Break a few pigs, bend a few pigs, and get those locks open, man. What's up? Good day, fighting like Pekka. How are you, mate? I'm glad to see some of my friends from across the pond here waking up and coming to join us here. Um, if you run it back, you can see Mounta1nM1ck opening this beautiful Yale that is a challenge lock built and sent to me from Israel from my buddy the RabbiPicker. And I am just now getting ready, now that I've moved some of my crap out of the way. I will be gutting this thing down here in just a moment, so we can all admire my buddy the Rabbi, his fine work on the internals of this lock. Because he, went through a lot of time and effort to build this lock, especially in his circumstances on his side of the world. And that being the case, his goodies deserve to be shown off. Especially since they crossed the whole world to come over here to Mounta1nM1ck for me to play around with. Which I gotta tell you, if I haven't already, guys, it makes me feel very special. Having friends all over the world and getting to pick locks from places like Israel, it's really cool to me, guys. That's all I can say about it. So thank you, all you international folk out there who watch, subscribe, whatever you do to support Mounta1nM1ck. I love you guys, man. Whatever languages you're watching me in, whatever it be, man. I love multicultural stuff. I love learning about other people's places of living and how they get by and what they do for fun. And I like to see their locks and pick around on their locks too, so I appreciate everyone who helps me make that happen. You guys freaking rock. Now let's see here, where is my other, there we go. My phantasm roll. Kind of get the old phantasm roll out and make sure everybody sees it again real quick for this video. This big beautiful lime green mother here came to me from my buddy Phantasm Industries. I don't know if I mentioned it in this video yet. I know I did in the last one. But if you want a really sweet, awesome, custom-made case, it can be any color. It can be made any way that you like. It doesn't have to be designed like Mounta1nM1ck's. There's already a few different designs that exist if you'd like to pick from one of them. And yeah, my buddy Phantasm makes some really awesome cases, guys. So if you have not yet seen his website, please do yourself a favor. Go on over there. Thank you, Chuck Soup. Chuck Soup has linked you Phantasm's link there in the chat, guys. Check out Phantasm's site. That's all I'm going to say about it. I'm not going to go on a tirade about it. I've got a video where I show it off if you're that interested, so just check back through the Mounta1nM1ck playlist and you'll see the day that I got Phantasm Industries lock mail, and you can see me showing out all the details of this thing if you can't already see what it's all about. All I can tell you is it's awesome, guys. Before I had this thing, you guys have seen, I have my stuff just anywhere I can put it, so I can reach it, use it, and have it around while we're doing this. Well, this is my favorite case, guys, by far, that I own. Like, it's not even freaking close. I was going to order one of the new Mokies. I'm sure plenty of you know that. And Phantasm made his own off of the Moki how-to guide or whatever template. So I liked his so much that I asked him if he could make another and make one for me. And he was like, yeah, actually, um, he would be happy to do it. And he was like, basically, what do you want? And I told him. And he was like, well, I'm going to make you a lime green one because I know that's your favorite color and that's kind of your theme, whatnot. So he hooked me up with this awesome lime green. It's still listed on the site as Mick Green. I think that's pretty cool. A little tip of the hat to yours truly, Mounta1nM1ck. Thank you for that, Phantasm. Feel free, guys, to call it Mounta1nM1ck Green all you want, forever. I will not ask for royalties or anything. I just love hearing it called Mounta1nM1ck Green. So, believe me when I say I'm fully behind it, and I fully endorse it. If you see my name over there on any of Phantasm's stuff, don't worry, I fully endorse anything and everything that he's got going on when it comes to this stuff, guys. I've been, from day one, trying to tell that guy, you got skills, my boy, and there's a big need in this old lock sport world for some awesome cases, because all not making cases. They're not making cases, guys. I mean, they are, but I mean, let's be honest. What has come out recently in the case world? Moki dropped a new case. Very cool. Sparrows dropped a new case. Pretty cool. It's got little skulls on the zipper. It's got like a little snake biting a hand, be wary symbol on it. If you haven't seen it yet, it's on the website at Sparrows. You guys know I'm a shameless sucker for some Sparrows stuff. Still gonna get that neck tattoo pretty soon. Just talked to him again the other day. Birth certificate coming in from North Carolina any day now. We will get the passport lined up, and then me and Sparrows will get back to business at hand of getting an awesome ink tatted up on my neck. Pretty soon I may even tease you guys with a little peek at what the tattoo is going to look like, because I've been waiting so long to show it to you guys, and I can't show you the whole thing for obvious reasons. And I was hoping that my neck would be the first place anybody saw anything to do with any of it, but I may just be obliged to throw a little teaser out there sometime soon, showing not all of, but just a little glimpse of what Sparrows has in mind for Mounta1nM1ck's neck. Anyway, still looking forward to that. And anyway, let me not lose track here. Let me get my damn gutting tools and get down to business of showing you guys what our man, the RabbiPicker, crammed into this beauty. Oops, sorry guys, I screwed up. Sorry guys, I screwed that one up, my bad. I hit a button to go to chat and I accidentally clicked learn more and it pulled up a bunch of pages which closed my thing. So sorry about that. We're back now. Yeah, Rabbi, that would be cool. Although I have to tell you, how hard shell are we talking? Because my Sparrow's comp case is semi-soft hard shell, and I love this thing. It also bends back, so you see, you've seen it before on my channel with all the pics displayed with it sitting here like this. It snaps back like that. Yeah, I figured that you did, Rabbi. I was just curious. Also, I'm trying to think. I feel like that does exist, man. They have a small hard case at Sparrows that's like this big. That they put the, not the pick sets in, obviously. Yeah, Elijah's right. They do have a bare bones hard case as well. I haven't seen it recently, but I have heard of that before. And who else? Who else? I have a hard case from Sparrows, but it's the one that the black flags come in. So it's not exactly what you're talking about. It's really just kind of a plastic square that snaps shut. Yeah, fighting lockpicker. He's really wanting more of like a, not like a CD soft hard shell case. He's wanting like a real like freaking hard case. I mean, that's what I'm assuming, right, Rabbi? That's the impression that I'm getting, is that you're wanting something that's like, you know, rigid and not just like a CD, DVD case, but like made of something even sturdier than just, say, stitched over cardboard, which is what most of these things are. DVD cases, I mean. Sometimes they'll put like a little sheet of Kevlar style plastic in there too or something, but most of the time it's literally just a couple pieces of cardboard that have been stitched over, from what I've seen. I don't know. I haven't ripped my Sparrows case open because it works great. It's my favorite case besides my Phantasm case. And if it weren't for my Phantasm case being so awesome, I would have just ordered the Sparrows new case and also the bigger one that I don't have that has the folder pages in it. And of course the Lockjaw Book of Secrets. I still want one of those. And I heard the Lockjaw Book of Secrets went down a few dollars. But the Book of Secrets isn't any harder either than what we're talking about. Otherwise, I would just recommend you get one of those. But again, it's kind of just like a DVD, Blu-ray zip-up case more than anything else. A couple people on Reddit trying to build something like that. That will actually, like, be flexible, any brand fittable. They will make a killing. Which is why I would recommend it to Phantasm, because again, he's got the stitching skills to make it happen. All you'd really have to do is see what he's trying to start with. He may even already have something in the works, because I know he's working on an EDC, and he's working on something a little bigger. Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. So hot in here. Alright, give me a second, guys. I'm going to find these gutting tools, and we'll get back to it. All right. All right. Stomach hurts. All right. What else do we need? So found some shims. One moment, guys. I'll find it. Sorry for not being prepared. Didn't think I'd get it open, to be honest with you. That's my tummy hurt. Yeah, I thought I had chums in there. Ouch. guys. Technical difficulties. Finding tools. Where are these damn things at? Sorry guys, just looking for some shims. Club followers found. Oh, man. Oh, my tummy. Oh, it hurts. Come on, man. Oh, it hurts. Oh, come on. Where all my shims go? Man. My tummy hurts so much all of a sudden. Sorry for the wait, guys. I'm still trying to find some shims. The rabbi has warned me that this is a skeletonized lock, and I must shim it. So, feel free to chat amongst yourselves while I continue to look for something I should have just sitting here. It's not the same shirt as the logo, actually. It's a similar one, but the one from the logo is actually in North Carolina still. But thanks for noticing. Mick likes plaid. Sorry, guys. Still looking. I think I'm actually got everything on top of where it is, now that I think about it. Did get my plug followers though. Alrighty. Good thing is going on here. Sorry guys, I'm working on it. Alrighty. There we go. Please be in here. Oh man. Alright guys, we're about to do what we got. In my defense, my pen and tray and my shims are on the back table. I'm trying not to wake anybody up. I'm pretty sure I got a shim or two in one of these boxes somewhere, but damn it, man. Late night lock sport. Never got everything I need out here. Damn time. See what you guys are up to real quick. Alright guys, I'm gonna go grab this. Alright, we got Alright, I'm gonna bring you guys up, back up here where you can see, and we will get this thing on down. Jiggy. Silly cat. my pinning tray is already in use, guys, but that's not really a big deal. I can manage, especially with this lid set up the way it is. Now, where did that thing go? Alright, everybody still with me? Who's with me? Thanks for the patience, guys. Sorry for the wait. It's definitely not the plan. Appreciate you guys bearing with me. Yeah, I'm still here for now, Elijah. Almost done. Sorry, I had to take a minute to find everything, but I've got us ready to go now. Apologies. Here's you and you. So first we will get this ring off of here. Simple enough. Struggle so damn much with maybe it's just years of being a mechanic. Alrighty. Now let's see. Plug follower that fits. Probably this little skinny guy, no? One more. Yeah, probably this guy. Looks right to me. Alrighty. Now this is a little different territory than I'm used to, so we're going to do our damnedest not to shoot springs or drop anything. It's not a good place to go looking for them here. Yeah, that's all out. We've got it still turned at a 90-degree angle, so we shouldn't have everything just come falling out. Let's shim this thing. That's the whole point. Right, Rabbi? Somewhere out there, Rabbi's sitting there yelling at his screen, "No, shim it!" Did I make your heart skip a beat for a second, Rabbi? Alright. Let's shim this thing. Get it done. I know that it sounds silly when I say it, but I put it down here one time because I downpicked the lock, Bible down. It got me so turned around that I put my shim in the wrong way because I was excited that I actually got it open. So the shim and the Bible go on our same side, obviously, guys. Try to remember that. And then you want to try and slide bump it and make sure it's up against the face in the back. And it is. Yeah, you can see it. And then what we will do is take our plug follower and we're going to stick it under there, making sure we don't have holes aiming up towards there because that just causes other drama. And what we want to do is sneak under our shim and start scooting. Come on, brother, this is it's a super skeleton. Alrighty. See, See, I told you guys, the first one came out in my hand. Let's keep this organized here so we don't lose track of how it goes together. Alright. We got RabbiPicker. And that's the front. Front's going to be towards me, guys. Let's see what he's got in numero dos. Ooh, Rabbi. I don't even know what to call that, brother. But I'll show it to everybody here in a minute. Lock here, sir. Number 4 is well, it's again kind of a torpedo with a fat spool and a serration on the torpedo. You really used all the little tricks, didn't you, brother? All you guys do. It's alright with Mick. Mick likes to see all the little tricks from you and the Oroys and all you guys. Alrighty, so we got our first key pins row out down here. It is a 5-pin for anybody who's curious. 5-pin Yale. Super skeleton-y. Look at this thing, guys. This is why the Rabbi wisely insisted that Mounta1nM1ck use. A second, guys. Sorry about that. It's flickering in and out on me a little bit. Anywho, this is what Rabbi was talking about and why he insisted that I shim it. Super skeletonized. See those ribs down the side? Springs and pins just love to sneak in there and jam the whole thing. That is why we must shim while we're taking them apart and while we're putting them together. Let's see if the Rabbi did anything to the holes on these bad boys. Oh yeah, he certainly did. It's going to be hard for me to show you guys this, but he definitely, maybe I can get a decent view of it. Maybe not. Too much light. At any rate, guys, if you can see down in here in a second, without me falling out of this chair trying to show you. As you can see, our friend Rabbi has added some serration milling on the insides. Now, I don't know if they're corkscrewed or if they're just round. You'll have to ask our Rabbi friend. But he definitely added some groove for us there. And they're not all the same. And 2 and 5 are the same as each other. Oh, I'm sorry, I had it backwards, guys. It's 2, 3, and 5 are the same, and 1 and 4 are the same. See? 2, 3, and 5, and then 1 and 4. Anywho, good job on that one. And now let's go deeper and see what he's got in his Bible. Do you still call this the Bible, Rabbi? Or do you call it the Torah? I was a RabbiPicker. Would call this the Torah. Round undermilling. Very cool. Yeah, X-ray of the skeleton core. Exactly, GQ, man. So what's the other one called, Rabbi? The Talmud? I'm never good with that one. educate us real quick while I get these other ones out. I know that there's the books of Moses, and they have a different name, but it's Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, and Numbers. Oops, sorry for the glitch. Almost done. Sorry for the glitch, guys. What's up? Not much. Sorry, he was scratching at the door. I thought he was trying to get out. Alright, let's see if I can get number one out of here without rocketing it across the world. There it is. Ease it on down. Wow. Oh, I see why it's so springy now. Slick, Rabbi, slick. Oh, damn it. This is why I use a pin and tray, by the way, guys. This thing's fucking slanted and rolling, and it's gonna be annoying for me, but hey, look at the bright side. We can at least finish seeing what the hell's going on inside my boy Rabbi's lock. Slow, slow, slow. There we go. There. Play nice spring. You guys are mostly the same anyway. I knew I was going to fire that one out of there. At least I fired it into the cylinder. The best place for it to be. Alrighty, finally we got it all out. And we can show our man the Rabbi's work. Yay. I'm not going to mess with these too much, guys, because without a actual pin and tray, it's hard for me to keep them lined up too much anyway. And I feel like where I've got them right now is one of the best shots I'm going to get of them anyway. So, that being the case, let's see real quick if Rabbi did anything in the body separate from the core. I don't see anything. I didn't expect that he did, because you would have to pull these bottom caps all the way out would be a little bit more machining for something like that. But you never know. Some of these guys like to go all the way down into the bottoms too. And like I said, I think you would have to pop these out to do that. Not really sure, but that's what my approach would be were I trying to do it myself. At any rate, there's that. Let's bring you guys over here and show off the Rabbi's goodies, man. Rabbi, I hope you're still out there. And anybody who got the pleasure of seeing this lock, just give me a second. We may flicker on the signal a couple times, but I will absolutely make sure to hold it and circle around and make sure that we get a good do it. Just trying to get you guys a shot with signal on here. GK man, Chuck, if you guys want to snag that while we have a signal, be a lot easier to show it ever than me trying to keep getting signal out here. But yeah, there's a little extra light for anybody who wants to see all the little grooves and ridges here, but trying to hit it just right. Yeah, it's a little better. But yeah, the torpedo things even have little serration. Is that a good shot for you guys? Can everybody kind of see what we're working with here? Does that look good to everybody? Good shot. Everybody can tell what we got. No question about it. Anything anybody wants to see, needs to see before I pan us back out here? Tell them more about driver one? Okay, I'll be happy to, sir. Driver one. This is driver one, guys. Let me get it up here so you guys can maybe see it a little better. Too much other stuff going in my background, sorry. Sorry. Trying to get us a good shot over there, Rabbi. Focus you. Anywho, guys. This is out of number one. And yeah, that place that I'm holding on to it, you may or may not have noticed, that's not stationary. It's got a little ring on it, so to speak. Let me show you what I mean. Not only does it have its little bump spot right there, see what happens when I slide it? See that tricky little ring over it there? That makes it feel all kinds of weird inside of there, and it actually means that it will pick differently for you, for the next guy, from the last time you touched it. Very interesting little creation there, Rabbi. I like it a lot. Rattlesnake indeed. I would call it like a, I don't think it's like, somebody said a piston rattlesnake earlier talking about one. That's kind of what it looks like to me. But yeah, definitely different every time, Rabbi. And I could tell something was going on with it, because remember when I was picking it and I said, yeah, something's really weird about number one? That's what I was feeling. D-Mac is actually the one I was talking about, who called it a piston rattlesnake the other day too, so that makes sense. Anyway, I don't know much about the multiple pin rattlesnakes and whatnot, guys. All I know is Rabbi did a fantastical job here making a good setup of challenge lock pins. I usually try to show them a little more. See, number two here, we've got like a 4 stack It's like 2 barrel. It's a 3-barrel stack, okay? It's like 3 barrels all stacked together. Or I'm sorry, not barrels, spools. It's a triple spool, okay? So we got your sneaky rattler on one, triple spool on two. Number 3 appears to be like a chess castle, a rook, if you will. And number 4 is just a standard barrel looking one with 2 serrations. And number 5 is a super skinnied out spool. Then if you go back down to the key pins, we got a serrated torpedo. Yeah, I said serrated. There's a single serration down there at the bottom on the torpedo part. We got another torpedo with a serration. Then we got, what the hell that thing is called, but the inverted butt plug sharp version there in the middle. See? Sharp butt plug. And then over here, we've got like a pawn looking pin on key number 2. And then we have just a very standard number 1. And for any of you who know anything about locks, you know why that's there. Because when you put some crazy shit like that on top of it, you're going to want something that's not wonky like this under it. Also, when you got something skinny like this in the back and crazy skinny stuff all through it like this, you're definitely going to want one of these in here, if for no other reason than to keep the slop from wonky wobbling. So if you're building locks, guys, please remember, always use at least one check pin somewhere in there, so that way you're not going to have that super wonky floating wobbler that everybody has. If you don't know what I'm talking about, and you have like you don't know what I'm talking about, and you have a challenge lock, you can swap the pins around in yourself, or a practice lock, you can swap the pins like a grub screwed one. Put all spools in it sometime and see what that looks like and feels like, and you'll see what I mean. If you put all spools in one, like I said, you're going to notice really quick that. Tell them, G-Key, man. Tell them what happens when you put all spools in one, how sloppy it is. That check pin is the only thing that keeps the lock feeling and acting like a regular lock. If you don't put the check pin in there, I'm immediately going to know something's been screwed with inside, because no normal lock is going to act that sloppy. Even a crappy cheap one is not going to have that much wobble slop in it. So if you feel that much wobble slop in one, there's you a hint, guys. Somebody built you a challenge lock, and when they did, they decided that they didn't want to put a check in it. And that's okay. Some people do it on purpose. If that's what you're into or what your challenge lock's trying to be like, then go for it, man. It might throw somebody off to make it that way. I notice especially a lot of the trend this lately is the traps. Everybody loves putting those little trench traps in them lately and getting their spools and their torpedoes to just sit in there. And you get such a deep fault set. You're almost at like a full 90 degree because of how deep some of these trenches are these days. And you're like, wait, oh, it's not unlocked. And you end up having to walk it back with your turner all the way around this huge pin. And if it didn't have a check pin in there, instead of it being able to go that far and then be turned back, if it didn't have a check pin in there, it would be so sloppy. I'm not even sure what would happen at that point, to be honest with you. I just know that it would have a horrible, like, all the tolerances would go to shit. Like, if you don't use a check pin, your tolerances aren't going to matter, because it's going to wobble so much that you can just slide a rake through it a few times, or kinetic, you kinetic attack something that sloppy pretty easy. Just use a rake or a bump key and it shit's over. Anywho, that is what I've got for you guys tonight as far as the Rabbi. Thank you, Rabbi Picker, again, my friend, for this wonderful challenge lock. Um, I will do my damnedest to get her back together and back on down the road to somebody soon. I believe Mr. Happy already had the pleasure of this one. Um, Rabbi, unless you have an objection, I know that you are buddies with Greyhound as well. I was talking to him earlier this evening, and at the time I had not yet picked this lock, but oh yeah, definitely we'll get you all logged in over there. Or if you're already registered over there, I'll definitely check in on it, Rabbi, and give it a review and all that good stuff. Send me a reminder for that though, because it's kind of late in the day for me and I might forget. But thank you, GK man, for the link to that. GK just sent me a link, so it'd be easier for me to check in on your CL. Definitely make sure we take care of that. I try to do that on all of them, guys. But yeah, thank you, Rabbi. I believe we'll have the big dog take his stab at this one next. And I'm not sure what else I may or may not send along with him when I send that. I've got to check with the previous owners of some other stuff, but I've got like 6 or 7 challenge locks piled up here now, guys, including that one and the one from Elroy's Toys that I just did the other night. So I'm going to be doing my damnedest to redisperse those all throughout the communities as soon as I possibly can get them out in the mail. Um, it may be easier for me at this point, since there are several of them, and a lot of them don't yet have an idea of what's next. Chuck Soup is getting one of them that's from Lady Locks, and Greyhound I'd like to send this one to next. So I don't know if I'm gonna send them all individually on the other ones, or if I'm just gonna pile them split between Chuck and Greyhound or what, but at any rate, all I'm trying to say is Mounta1nM1ck has done all he can do with all the challenge locks that he has sitting here. He's already picked them all. They've all opened already. So he's going to put them back in the community for redispersal for you guys to have fun. That in mind, don't forget about Mounta1nM1ck. Mounta1nM1ck, once he sends these guys out into the wild, I don't pick them again once I've already beat them a couple times, guys, especially if I pick them for you guys. So I'm not going to get any repeat value on challenge locks with certain locks that I buy or trade or move around, but I don't do that with challenge locks. I don't know why. It's just, don't ask me why. It's just part of my style. I don't pick challenge locks more than twice. Anywho, so I will try to get all these challenge locks back out to everybody. Either I'll send them to Greyhound and Chuck Soup, or maybe I'll send a few of them GK Man's way so him and Broke can pass them around with Elroy. See, that's the thing too, guys. There's little circles of lock sporters that are close to each other, and we try to, you know, keep things between us before shipping them out to the rest of the world, so we all get to enjoy stuff. So it's fun to send your stuff to those little clusters of people so they can make their way through a few people easily and then back out into the community afterward. You don't pick CLs after you get an open because you don't want to add unnecessary wear and tear to the pins. Good call, Chuck. I didn't even think about it like that, but that's a really conservationist community type way of looking at it, and I appreciate that, Chuck. That's some solid shit, man. I'll try to keep that in mind next time I'm rambling about why I only pick them twice. I will remind everybody that you're also putting wear and tear on the springs of your friend's challenge lock. I have had to replace a couple of them because I insist on gutting anything that I open. So if I open it, I gut it. If I don't open it, I don't gut it. I like it to remain a mystery, so I never look until it's already been opened. and I must look once it has been opened. So that being the case, I like to gut all my challenge locks that come through. Always try to keep some spare parts laying around as far as springs, because sometimes they get stretched, or one of them just needs to be replaced after passing it around the community a while. But you do still got to be careful, guys, because even though you can replace springs or something like that, hypothetically speaking, what if the rabbi's beautiful little first ever rattlesnake pin had rocketed across the room? Oh, I can tell you what is Mounta1nM1ck in classic Mounta1nM1ck form would be doing this number right here until, and I say until because I can't make one of those that will perfectly replace it again. So that leaves me only one option, to find the one that rockets across the room. So, don't rocket one across the room and you won't have this problem. Easier said than done. But I would recommend getting yourself a huge Greyhound mat like mine. I'd show it to you, but it's on the back table right now. But I'm telling you guys, those Greyhound mats, it's freaking awesome. It's like 3 times bigger than I imagined it would be. Twice as big as any other mat I've seen. And it's really awesome. It's got cool designs. He's got a few different ones. Rubber bottom, it doesn't move. Uh, the winged serpent, Quetzalcoatl. Hey now, GP man, if you're gonna stay up late watching Ancient Aliens and stuff, you're gonna invite a brother over so I can roll one up. Um, the Aztec folklore is one of my favorite episodes, man. Quetzalcoatl, the winged serpent god. Anyway, I'm a big fan of History Channel and stuff like that. In case you didn't know, GQ man, I sit around, smoke bud with Papa Mick, and watch stuff like that, like all my life since I was like. So yeah, that's how I know a lot of this weird shit. Anyway, you guys give you one more look at Rabbi's stuff here. How about that? Cool, huh? I think he did a fantastic job. What do you guys think? You guys like Rabbi's lock? Did you like seeing it give Mick a good run for his money? I certainly did. I thought he had me. And he did have me for a good while. I mean, realistically speaking, if that was the real world, in any scenario other than the rabbi paying me to unlock his front door and me having all the time in the world, um, I would have lost on that one. That is not a lock that I would be black ops in my way into to sneak into the rabbi's shed, guys. This is the kind of lock that the rabbi would be behind you with his peace, forgiving you for what you've been doing long before you got it open. But yes, very well done, Rabbi. Thank you for sharing this with me and with my dear friend, Mr. Happy. Uh, like I said, brother, I think I have to say this is my favorite challenge lock so far. It definitely gave me the best challenge of any of them so far. And I continue to point to the fact that not only did you do an extravagantly well done job on the hardware you made yourself, you did the one thing I always tell challenge lock builders to do if they want to have a hard lock, which is to start with something that's not shit to begin with. So thank you for that. Um, I knew that if somebody sent me one built out of a Yale body, it would make it a much more challenging run. And as a man who has not yet built his first challenge lock, let me also say that I hope my first challenge lock turns out this good. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this was Rabbi's first attempt. Right, Rabbi? Wasn't this numero uno for you? I'm pretty sure you said it was. Whether it was or not, it's a awesome mug. But if it's your first one, then yeah, again, hats off to you, my friend. No surprise to me. You did an awesome job. So yeah, appreciate it. Anyway, appreciate you sending it to me, Rabbi. I thought so. I thought you said it was your first one. Well, that makes me feel even more special that you sent it halfway across the world to share with me. So thank you. Alrighty, guys. I'm going to take you with me just so we can BS around for a minute if you like. And I'm going to be wrapping it up after that. So I got a big mess to clean up before my mom sees the living room looking like a lock lab. But I had a great time with you guys tonight. Yeah, it's getting ready to. Definitely getting ready to be sun up soon. The birds are chirping. Stepped on something crunchy. Alright. Having to smoke in the car these days. My mom's neighborhood is really funny about it. Like, even more so than most of Florida. Let's see what you guys are chit-chatting about. Yep, GK Man's in the East Coast, just like me. He's clustered around a few of our buddies, too. Like, Elroy and Broke are not too far from him. What time is it getting to be over there, Rabbi? Just out of curiosity. Nope, can't go to the roof up. I wish. The roof is about 4 or 5 stories up. 1:22 p.m. Oh, wow. How far are you from Turkey? 7 hours ahead, okay. Oops. Same time zone? I was just wondering. I've got a friend who's from Turkey that lives here. Yeah, we got turkeys here too, Chuck. Soup. I seen some big ass mean turkeys at the fair earlier this week, guys. Like game winning, like, blue ribbon, big as and big as me turkeys. 3 hour flight north. Yeah, that's not far at all, dude. Everybody I know from that area is comes in and out of Istanbul, which is the capital, I believe, over there. Excuse me. Didn't bring a drink. But yeah, his family and all of his people are in Istanbul. He actually comes on here and hangs out with us sometime. He wants me to get him into lock sport. I haven't been able to hang out with him enough to show him yet. We work different hours. The wild turkey. Yeah, buddy. The 101 proof. That's some heavy stuff, Rabbi. Headache juice. I'm more of a Jameson man or a Jack Daniels man myself. I don't drink much though. Anybody who knows Mounta1nM1ck knows I prefer to partake of something else a little more often. But to each their own. Mounta1nM1ck doesn't judge. Yeah, I knew you were a Scotch guy, Rabbi. What kind of Scotch are you drinking now? Like a Chevet Regal or a Glenfiddich? Something super old that I've never heard of, most likely. The Manischewitz just not getting it done for you, I guess. Lagavulin, I'm gonna have to look that one up, Rabbi. I don't even know if we have that. I've never seen that one before. We probably do. Like I said, I'm not much of a drinker. A little stronger than the Manischewitz, yeah. Worth it? I'm sure. Probably, yeah, when you start getting up into that long, it's gotta be quality stuff. Yeah, he's definitely a Scotch guy too. Lawyers usually are. As a matter of fact, I mean, lawyers and Jewish people have a handful of things like that in common, including practicing law. I wish I had went to law school sometimes, but I was too poor. What your grandparents drink. That's funny. Scotland. Only do religious law? I hear that, Rabbi. The laws of God are higher than the laws of man. So at least you're practicing the right stuff. I'm Irish in descent, yes, sir. Unfortunately, I've never set foot on Ireland, but yeah, that's where my people came to hear from. I don't think ICE is going to give me a ticket back anytime soon, though. Oh, I definitely want to get on over there. Oh, yeah, give it a try. I'm gonna have to take you guys' word for that one, I think. Of course, cheeky, man. I usually keep Jameson. I'll drink Old Bushmill too, but I'm a Jameson man. Scotch of the week, yeah, man. If you can afford to do a Scotch of the week, you're doing good, Rabbi. I'm happy for you, though, brother. We all got to live a little bit somehow. And I like to see my brethren doing well. Red Stag. Ooh, a lock picking video with a Scotch, yeah. I just realized I need to tune into some Rabbi Picker. I haven't seen enough of your work, Rabbi. We talk a lot and you watch mine, but I haven't really had time to check you out that much. It's long past due. Nice. Well, I was meant to ask you, Rabbi. You can tell me on a private chat if you want, but I've been meaning to ask you what business you do, because you told me that you go out of the country. I won't say where, but you told me you go to a specific country sometimes, and I was just curious if you were doing business there of some sort or what. You don't have to tell me though. I don't usually ask about people's business, but now you have me curious. A rabbinical supervisor for kosher food. Okay, cool. Well, guys, I am about to knock the live stream off of here. Um, hmm. If you guys still want to BS around and chit chat, um, maybe the dog pack live chat. I'll be over there in a minute. If you guys want to BS around, type chatting or voice chatting, you won't have to look at my mug any longer while we're doing it. But thanks for tuning in, guys, and hanging out while I pick around. I gotta go clean a little bit of a mess up, but like I said, I'll be on the chit chat area if anybody wants to BS around for a little bit. You guys have a good one. See you shortly. It has been fun. Everybody I don't talk to, have a great day. Mounta1nM1ck loves you, and I'll see you next time. And it'll be a lot sooner than, you know, I told you guys, I'm ramping it back up. So you'll see me again soon. Anyway, love you guys. Have fun. Talk to you soon in the dog pack. Later, homies. Peace.